The Soviet Union began as a revolutionary promise after the collapse of the Russian Empire. Out of war, famine, and political chaos, the Bolsheviks seized power and built a new state around a bold idea that society could be organized by central planning, collective ownership, and one ruling party. In its early years, the country moved between idealism and force. Industry expanded at extraordinary speed, cities grew, and the state became a giant machine of control. At the same time, political dissent was crushed, daily life was shaped by surveillance and propaganda, and millions paid the cost of rapid transformation. Then came the defining test of the Second World War. The Soviet Union suffered massive destruction, but emerged on the side of victory over Nazi Germany. That victory made it a global superpower. After 1945, the world divided into two camps, and Moscow stood at the center of one of them. The Cold War was not just a military rivalry, but a contest of systems, influence, and fear. Across Eastern Europe, the Soviet model spread through allied governments, security alliances, and economic dependence. For some, it meant social guarantees, heavy industry, and a sense of shared purpose. For others, it meant tanks, censorship, and the loss of national freedom. The same empire that promised equality also built a rigid hierarchy of power. By the 1970s and 1980s, the system had become harder to sustain. Economic stagnation, the burden of military competition, and public frustration exposed deep weaknesses. Reform came too late and too fast. When the Soviet Union finally collapsed in 1991, 15 independent states emerged from its ruins, and the balance of world politics changed overnight. Its impact is still visible today. Russia inherited much of the Soviet military power, nuclear arsenal, and diplomatic weight, while several former Soviet republics became independent actors navigating between Russia, Europe, and global markets. Borders, identities, and alliances that were once controlled from Moscow became sources of tension and competition. Modern conflicts in Eastern Europe, the Caucasus, and Central Asia cannot be understood without the Soviet past. Energy routes, language policy, memory of war, and debates over national sovereignty all carry Soviet echoes. The legacy is not only territorial, but psychological. Some states seek security through closer ties with the West, while others fear instability and look back to central control as a source of order. The history of the Soviet Union is therefore more than a story of rise and collapse. It is the story of how a revolutionary state reshaped the 20th century and continued to shape the 21st. Its achievements in industry, science, and wartime endurance remain part of history, but so do repression, scarcity, and imperial control. The present political map of Eurasia still reflects both sides of that legacy.